Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex Day Trade setups for today. So as suggested on Friday, we were kind of bottom of range. We did move up and we came back and we're sort of flirting around at the bottom of this range at the moment. So I suspect this is what's going to happen with the dollar at the moment until the elections are over. Nobody's really going to commit, and so your volumes are going to be low, and there's going to be a bit of manipulation in the market as people are trying to make money. But just look at what's been transpiring going into the close on Friday, and then look what's transpiring at the moment. Okay, so from the hour the trend is down, but what you need to bear in mind is this 116.491 level is fairly strong. Okay, I just want to zoom in a little bit here so we can see the price action. You can see confusion on Friday, then a bit of a rally, and then we fell again. We fell pretty sharply going into the close. So, it's very possible that we are trying to attack this level to break below it. So a trend is down at the moment. You should be looking for shorts at the moment. However, you are at a pretty strong level at the moment. Okay, so let's just get to the weekly here. And if you look to the left, you'll see we have another weekly level there. And I think let's just line that one more up there. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. There's my tails, there's my tails. I'm going as far back as possible because there is no other inside tail. Okay, so that's kind of the two levels we're looking at. Look at this price action on the weekly. The move is up, the trend is up, and now we're in this massive consolidation pattern. Okay, so you have to keep that in the back of your mind. So if this does hold, I'd expect us to come back and test 116.636. If we reject that, then I would expect more downside. Okay, other option is to trade this little range here. So if we break below, come back and test it and start rolling, there's more opportunity for a short. And then you do have a pretty strong weekly level here at 115.540. Alternatively, we're just going to go sideways for the next few days. Anyway, so for me, I think shorts are the preferred trade here at the moment, but you've got to keep your wits about you. This thing could bounce up. So if this level doesn't hold, 116.636, then I'm out of it and I'll wait for some structure. But at the moment, that's the structure. So I want to retest that and then start rejecting it. Gives me an opportunity to be short with a very tight stop. Okay, so that's kind of my view there. US dollar, Japanese yen, we are kind of consolidating as well. If you look at that, you can see up, down, up, down, up, down, big confusion. Nothing really transpiring there. And remember what I said all of last week, we have this massive weekly level here at 104.175. So it's going to take a lot of effort to get through that. And at the moment, what we see is above and below the moving average, but it does look like it's rounding, doesn't it? Like it's rounding to the upside. Okay, now that is indicating potential dollar strength, which matches the EurUsd at the moment. Okay, so I think let's just play with that, and what we're looking for is, or what I'm looking for anyway, is a retest of 104.516, retest here, and then a move back to 104.965. I think that's going to cap it. I think this is going to be kind of the range that we're in. Okay, but we are forming higher lows and we are forming higher highs. So I'd expect one more leg at least up to this level here, which is a pretty strong level, 104.965. Okay, I wouldn't expect much more than that because we do have elections tomorrow. And again, anything can happen. Okay, Euro Aussie dollar, another one that we've been watching quite strongly, but this is ranging at the moment. There's nothing really there on the 8 hour, and if I drill down to the 1 hour, it's even more scary. So up above the moving average, below the moving average, above, below, complete confusion. I'm actually not interested in this at all. The only thing that's going to really interest me is a break above this area here and hold that area. Okay, so that's 166.306. If we come to the weekly on this, you'll see we're kind of flirting with this weekly level here. That's what I'm saying. A break above it and a hold, then it's kind of clear skies to the upside. Look at the rest of it, it's a struggle, but we are moving to the upside, so that is what I'm favoring here, but not jumping in until we get confirmation. Okay, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. You know, this one, we had an inverse head and shoulders, then we had this triangle, we've had to break the triangle. I suspect we're going to be moving back down, probably to this area here of 0.93275. So we just come to the hour and ignore the head and shoulders at the moment, but look at this chaos. Tails to upside, tails to downside. That's barbed wire. There's no real reason to be trading that, and as a result I think I will stay out of it. We do have some support here, an area of support that we're bouncing around with, and when we're going sideways like this, sideways, a little bit up, sideways, 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 and it's going to continue. It's going to have to clear. You're going to have to actually extend your levels pretty far. So you're going to want to be below 0.93275 or above 0.94170 before you start looking at anything here again. British pound, Japanese yen, trend is down at the moment. Tails to the upside, tails to the downside, big confusion. This trend line is key at the moment, and I think I'd want to see a break above that before I'm convinced that we have a double bottom here. So here's a double bottom. There's a tail, there's a tail, there's a neckline we've got above it, below it, above it, and we're below it again. So I want to see us recapture this area, 135361, hold it, don't break below it like we're doing at the moment, and then I would be I'll be tempted to look to the upside, but this trend line is probably going to hold us. So I think what you want to actually do, just find it. I'm picking up that tail there, which coincides with this area here and the diagonal trend line. So that's the area we want to see break. So 135693, break it, retest, and then we should see a move to the upside. Okay, there is Brexit noise about, but we also have lockdowns going into effect in the UK. So I suspect the two are going to cancel each other out, and we're going to just bounce around for a bit. Okay, Aussie dollar, US dollar. Remember, on the other two pairs, we're looking for a dollar strength. So I would expect the same thing here. So you're looking for basically a weak Aussie dollar here. So we're looking for downward motion. We are at a major level. That level is 0.7170. So let's just get down to the hour and just look at that, sideways, up and below the moving average. I think this one is a little bit less clearer than the other $2 pairs that we've looked at. This is the level to watch, 0.70. We need to get below it, test it, and then I'd be looking for the shorts. Until that happens, that's pretty much what we're going to have to do. So so this pair is really looking like we're range bound at the moment. So I think we're going to have to clear the 0.70 area before I start looking at this. But again, momentum does look like it's starting to brew to the downside. So that's kind of what we'll be looking for. Last pair here is a British pound Aussie dollar. So pound Aussie dollar, remember we have this inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, we've come down, we've tested, and now we've bounced off it. So at first glance, you look back and you think, well, invert head and shoulders, everything's fine. But as I said earlier in the other pairs, when we go sideways like this, sideways, bounce, sideways, expect the same thing. So it's either going to be a bounce to downside and then sideways, or bounce the upside and sideways. So for me at the moment, this is not a play. There's nothing really here. If you look at it, it does look like we're regaining the moving average here. So I suppose what we could argue is clear 184,400 and come back and test it and then start bouncing. That would be an indication for a long, and there's a stop area here. Okay, now we don't really have all those arrows. Okay, so we do have this major level here, so it's a pretty strong weekly level that we're at. Okay, and if I actually just tidy it up a little bit, just put another one in, just pick up these two tails here, and you see that coincides to the left with a lot of things. We've got this hammer, and then we had a confirmation, well, not a confirmation of the hammer, but a continuation of the green. So that's 3 weeks in a row that we've been grinding higher. and we've closed above the moving average on the weekly. If you look at the daily, you'll see this area is fairly strong. It does look like we're forming a double top here, but I'm more of the opinion until we break below, we start making lower lows, this for me at the moment is a potential break. And the thing that's exciting me about this pair is that, look to the left, once we clear this area, there's not much that's going to offer much resistance. Yeah, I think the next major level is going to be in that area there, which is 185,461, and then the next major area is going to be there, okay, at 186,512. Now, yeah, this is pretty much a Brexit noise, but then what we've had is we've got the COVID lockdowns come in effect, upset this apple cart a little bit. So the question, the big question at the moment is who's in control? And if you look at the hour, we are sideways. So again, for me, let's clear this area 184,400, come back and test it, then I'd be looking to get long again. Okay, at the moment it does look fairly interesting, okay, and that trend line is the one that needs to hold at the moment. Okay, so this is probably of all the pairs, British pound Aussie dollar is the one that I am watching the most at the moment, because there is good potential here, and there's no US dollar involved, so I don't have to worry about the elections that much. Okay, anyway guys, that's my view at the moment. Hope it helps, and if it does change, I will use the Telegraph channel, but I think, to be honest with you, today is more than likely going to be sitting on my hands and not bothering with anything. Okay, hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.